Hello, beautiful girl. It's Daddy. This is your second birthday video. This is going to be my one and only take. I've been so busy, so if I mess up on this, I'm probably going to mess up on all the others as well, or have done already. We've just been sat for 2 hours having cuddles, watching Waffle Doggy. You was trying to insist on going to sleep on my belly. For some reason, when we lay down, you like to take my top off and lay on my belly. It's really cute. But I've managed to get you to sleep, just so you can see, like we did all the other times. That's you asleep. You currently have 4 teddies in there with you. You've got Bing, Sula, and Peppa Pig, and George, her little brother. Mimi got you a couple of little cuddly ones because all you had was hard ones, so you're sleeping with them all the time. So anyway, I don't know whether I said it's the 5th of June now, 2020. Your birthday was a couple of days ago. We had a really good birthday, so Mummy worked so hard for your birthday. She's got you a bouncy castle. We got you a little Playmobil pink and white princess car, which you've been rolling around in. And also your new favourite thing at the moment, which is Boing Boing, which is bouncing up and down and causing mischief. So we've got you a little trampoline. You literally want to jump everywhere at the moment, whether it's on this bed, whether it's on the sofa. If we let you, you jump up and down on the stairs. But honestly, that's your new favourite thing. It's like a newfound thing. But your birthday this year, I'll get on to why not as many people turned up as we'd like. But we had Auntie Bobby, Uncle Josh, or Uncle Cock, as you like to call him, and Mimi come round for a barbecue for your birthday. It was really nice. You absolutely loved it. And hopefully there'll be videos that you can see where you just steal the show. Everywhere you go, you steal the show. You honestly do, and you're in the middle of everybody dancing, singing. You got better moves than your dad and your mum combined already. So your birthday this year was not as we planned. We wanted to take you to the zoo, but for certain reasons we can't, which I'll get into in a minute. But we had a fantastic day. You had a fantastic day, and it was great for you to go around telling everybody that it was your cake. It was just a great day for you. I've written the notes again as per. The reason why we didn't have as many people come round is, and you'll be learning this at school. By the time you read this or watch this, you probably would have learnt about it already. We had something called COVID-19 coronavirus, which has honestly swallowed the world. It's an absolute nightmare. As we stand, there's been over 40,000 deaths in the UK alone. It's a virus that originated from China, and honestly, it's been wiping people out left, right, and centre. We've had to really, keep our distance from people. We've had to stay away from loved ones. I haven't seen Grandma for God knows how long. I haven't seen Nanny for God knows how long. It's really tough times, but in order to keep everybody safe, we have to stay away. So that's what we've been doing. Uncle Josh, he came and helped me do the gardens in the back garden, so we managed to spend some time with them. They'd been keeping really safe and isolated, so they'd come around about 2 weeks ago, and we felt it would be safe for them to come over and enjoy your birthday with you. But unfortunately, Nanny, Grandad, Claire, Amelia, loads and loads of other people we just couldn't invite because it wasn't safe enough. But we're hopefully coming out the other end of it. Football's restarted in certain countries where they're playing behind closed doors. Millwall hopefully will be kicking off in about 2 weeks' time behind closed doors, so we won't be going to any more games until next season probably. But it is what it is as far as I'm concerned. So we want to talk about your what's gone on in the last year. What have we done? What have you been up to, etc. We've now signed you up to a childminder, which you've been going to for maybe 6 months. Obviously, you haven't been going for the past 8 weeks or whatnot, but I think it's a really good idea because, of course, you've got the kids here, Charlie, Chloe, Lexi and Archie, but in my opinion, it's a really good idea for you to be hanging around with kids your own age, because you're so advanced sometimes. Sometimes it's not a good idea to put you in a room with other 2-year-olds because you're just so far above them, and I thank your older brothers and sisters for that, because they must surely have a big part to do with it. But in July 2019, we went on our first holiday. We went to Turkey, Antalya, a place called Paloma Grida Village. We went with Bobby and Josh, me, your mum, and Chloe, Charlie, Archie and Lexi. And we thought you was going to be an absolute nightmare, 1 year old, full of juice, wanting to get out and about and do things. But it was an absolute dream to have you with us. It was great. And again, even in different countries, you're turning heads, you're making people laugh. The heat was astronomical, absolutely astronomical, but somehow you survived it. You enjoyed it. You loved coming on holiday with us. And we will be booking another holiday very shortly to go in 2021. So you'll be coming with us when you're free, which will be for your next video, or the video you've just watched. It's so confusing. So I've also got here favourite words. One of your favourite words at the moment is no. You like to disagree and have an argument about most things. Another one of your words is mine. You will quite happily try and take anything off of anybody and then claim that it's yours, and we're all meant to believe you. Now, it usually works with your mum, but with me, I'm a little bit more stern, and usually you agree with us, or agree with me at least. You like to have a row with everybody else, but you seem to listen to me. Your favourite colour at the moment is pink, very quickly followed by purple. Now, it was blue not too long ago, but pink and purple are your favourite colours. Just to pick up on that, for 2 years old, you know your pink, purple, blue, white, red, yellow, orange. You know all of these words, all of these colours already. It's absolutely mental. You know how, I keep saying it, how advanced you are, but you really are quite remarkable and clever. Songs. It was quite weird because 6 months ago we would have said that you preferred songs that were on like in the charts. You'd be singing along to songs like that. But recently you've gone back to your nursery rhymes. So Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Wheels on the Bus Go Round and Round. There's another one at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I Caught a Fish Alive. You love that one. The songs that you watched on your last video or the video after this from your family, the song is Tim McGraw, My Little Girl. That's the song that I sing to you to go to sleep. When you used to be in my arms, I used to sing that and you used to fall asleep. And there was I think it's a Maroon 5 song as well that was on there, which you like singing along to. But your favourite song, which makes Daddy very happy, is "Let 'Em Come" by Millwall. It's a Millwall song. It's what Millwall play when they walk into the stadium. And at that moment in time, that is your favourite song to sing. And Daddy and the kids, and even every now and then your mum, she will come in and she'll sing the song with us as well, which is great. Next thing I've got is I've got the garden. So the garden for the last 2 years since you was born, it's just been an absolute dive. It's been a horrendous state, and we've just started to make a change. Oh, it's telling me my battery's low. We just started to make a change in the garden. So I've laid a patio out the front, with some nice light grey sandstone, and I've also laid a patio right down the end of the garden as well, with the same stone, and in the middle we're going to have some fake grass. And one of the main reasons why we've done this garden actually is because you love being outside, absolutely love being outside, but it's just not safe for you. It's so rubbish, it's so clumpy and lumpy, and obviously the dogs are running around, they make it even worse. So hopefully within the next 2 weeks we're going to have the artificial grass laid down, and you can literally run around to your heart's content, and you know, do whatever you want. You've got a slide outside, you've got your trampoline that you got for your birthday, you might even be able to ride your car on it, which would be great. So yeah, we've been doing the garden. Next thing is the dogs. Now when you're 18, the dogs won't be here anymore. Not the dogs that we have at the moment. Your mum's adamant we're not getting any more, but I reckon me and you could convince her to think otherwise. If I can, I'll show you the dogs if I can get them to come. Zeus, Arlo. See if we can get Zeus and Arlo up here. Arlo up. There you go. Now, Zeus, this is my boy Zeus. Now, Zeus was with me as a puppy when I met your mum. He was my soulmate. He was my best mate in the world, wasn't you? Hey, my boy. Yeah, you're both my boys. Yeah. Now, these two dogs have been a massive part of your life, humongous piece of your life. Look at Zeus. They really have been a massive part of your life, and this one here was a massive, or is a massive part of my life. He was been my best mate since he was born. Ironically, I actually got Zeus because I didn't want a girlfriend and I didn't want any kids. And 6 months into me getting Zeus, I ended up with your mum, who already had 4, and within 3-4 months I had one of my own. So how ironic's that? But these dogs unfortunately probably won't be around when you're 18, but obviously you're going to be growing up with them. Zeus is 4.5 at the moment, and Arlo is coming up to 4. So we're hoping we've got a good, 5-6 years at least with the both of them, which would be great. The next thing, me and your mum are still very much in love. I love your mum incredibly. She winds me up like you wouldn't believe. Sometimes with the way that she thinks or acts, but I do love her immensely. I always have done, and that will never change in any circumstance. But we have a great relationship. We're very happy. We very rarely row. Don't get me wrong, when we do, it sort of does blow up a bit, but we do love each other incredibly, and long may that continue. If things were to continue the way they're going, there may be more to come in ways of our relationship. Not another baby, don't worry, but I'd be very, very happy to call your mother my wife. But I just need you to be old enough to be a flower girl. So yeah, our relationship is great. We get on really well, and I love her immensely. I don't know what she'd say about me, but but I love her immensely. That's a fact. Another thing that happened this year is we moved you out of your room, which was the little room upstairs on the top floor, and we moved you in with Lexi. So now you sleep in a room with Lexi. There was no worries in change of transition. You was completely fine, no problems at all. You're good as gold. When it comes to sleeping, I'll be honest, like we've never really had any problems. We lay you down to bed, you go to sleep. It is that simple. You wake up early sometimes, but you're a kid. If you were 16 and waking up early, there might be problems. But Sometimes you wake up at 5:30 in the morning. Sometimes we have to wake you up at 7:30. Like it really does differ. I think it depends on your activity that the day before. But as I say, you're good as gold. Me and your mum in the year of you being between 1 and 2, we actually had a bit of a great time. We went on 5 holidays this year. Well, I went on 5. I think your mum went on 4. Our first holiday was to Rome in Italy. Honestly, if you can go to Rome, then do. You just won't stop walking. Me and your mum just walked for miles and miles, never got bored. It's an absolutely beautiful city. It really, really is. And if you can go, then do. Funny story about that, actually. I actually got your mum to go to a AS Roma football match while we were out there as well, which she wasn't happy about, because I think the tickets were about 50 quid a ticket or something like that. She was fuming. We had to go back to the hotel, which was like a 2-mile walk, to get our passports because of security. And then we got a taxi back down to the ground, and we nearly crashed in a taxi. So it's a great story to tell when you're 18. We can talk about it, but she was fuming, absolutely fuming. So the second holiday was Budapest. I went to Budapest on a stag do. I've been there before on another stag do. I loved the country. Again, another great place to go. Then we went to Turkey as the family thing. In my head, we're going to go there every 2 years, I hope. So, if we can, then we will. It's just very expensive, but we'll try our best to do that. Then me and your mum went to Budapest. When I was on the second stag do, you sort of look at it and go, do you know what, Stacey would love this. Like, she'd love to be here. It's a great city. It's beautiful. And we went. It's not as good as Rome, but it's still a fantastic city. It's very cheap. I mean, a pint was £1. It's ridiculous, really, when you think about it. But again, another great place to go. And then we went to Cyprus. Now, you probably already know this, but I lived in Cyprus for 2 years. I was out there singing for 2 years. Some of the greatest times in my life. And again, Auntie Bobby and Uncle Josh come with us. Just reliving, all the moments that I lived while I was out there was absolutely phenomenal. And we might be going this year, depending on how this pandemic works and whether we're classed as safe or it's deemed as safe for us to go and travel. But I'd love to go every year. I've always said, and your mum will tell you as well, I've always said that I wanted to buy a place in Cyprus, as a retirement home. But that's a long time away, long time away. Right, next one. This Christmas was great. You don't really have the understanding of Father Christmas at the moment, or what happens, but 2 presents that stick to my mind about Christmas that you loved was a waffle doggy. You're going to have to Google this waffle doggy because you're absolutely nuts about it. But Mimi got you a waffle doggy, which you still play with now, you still cuddle, and it's brilliant. The other one was we got you a kitchen. We also got you a bag of blocks. Them bag of blocks have been the bane of my life, because all you do is ask me to open this bag, you tip it on the floor, and then you walk away. And it feels like it takes 5.5 hours to tidy up. It's just an absolute nightmare. But the kitchen is great. You ask people if they want some dinner, and they'll say yes, and you'll go over, you'll get a plate, you'll wash your hands in the tap before you serve people, and you ask them once they finish, like, is it all gone? Do you want more? But you'll give them a cup for a drink. It's crazy, but you still use that now. Most people get asked if they want some dinner. Next one, I'm going to throw this out now just because your mum's going to be coming home soon, and so I don't want to say it while she's here, but unfortunately this year your granddad your mum's dad decided to sadly take his life, and that's been a very traumatic time for your mum and of course the whole family. Just another representation of your mum, if that's the right word to use, another idea of how your mum is your mum has been so strong for it. It's incredible. It really is incredible. So you know, the way that she works, the way that she operates is just out of this world. Don't ever let anybody tell you that your mum didn't do a good job or hasn't done a good job, because you know, I've seen a lot of things, and I know that your mum is one of a kind. If you're angry with her, just let it go, because you don't have a clue how hard your mum works for you daily to make sure that you have the best life. Me as well, but you know, that's by the by. You're my little girl. I'm going to do anything for you whenever, however I can. But, and the same with your mum, of course, but I go to work and I earn money. Your mum is responsible for bringing you up, making sure that you're fed, making sure that you're watered, making sure that you're educated. All of these things is down to your mum. And let me tell you something, if you can talk, spell and read by the time you're watching this, then your mum's done a great job, regardless of anything else. The effort that your mum puts into your life is amazing. And with everything that's happened this year, your mum has just soldiered through and shown everybody in this world how much of a fantastic trooper she is, and how much of a soldier she is, and that her kids are her first priority in any situation, regardless of whether she's upset, she's ill, anything. You guys come first. And I said, you know, I'm going to say it for all my videos, you know, your mum's 1 in a million. Do as your mum says. Make sure you do as your mum says, because she's in charge, she's right. Do as your dad says. But usually I do as my daughter says, so, you know, completely different. But all in all, you know, I'm sure there's a picture. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to show you just quickly this picture. Your mum's just got back, so I've got to be quick. You go up to that picture quite a lot and say granddad. It's really cute. And your mum really likes that as well. It's a great great thing for her to see. Last couple of things really. You done the potty a couple of times. It's a way of practicing really. What we do is we take your nappy off, take all your sleep suit off and your vest and stuff like that, sit you on the potty, and then you start reading a book or something like that, and eventually you go. And you're so proud to have done it. I don't even think you know that you've done it, but you're so proud that you've done it that, you know, you have to go up, you have to run up the stairs, go and tell Lolo that you've done it. Anybody else that's in the house, and you can have people turn up at the door and you're telling them that you've gone a wee-wees, which is great. But so you haven't mastered it yet, but you are getting there, and you have done a couple of wees in the potty. With your teeth, in the morning, so process in the morning is usually I get up, I'm going to have a cigarette and a coffee. If I've got 10-15 minutes before I go to work, I usually come and sit with you, and just before we go to work I do my teeth. So you come in with me, we still have to do your teeth for you, so we brush your teeth first, and then after that we let you sit on my lap while I'm sat on the bath, and you brush away. I don't really think you're doing anything, but you brush away. When I spit, you try and do it as well, but it's like nothing comes out, because all you want to do is just suck the toothpaste and get the taste of the toothpaste out. But again, in time, you'll get the knack of that. Now, I think your mum's come home, so wait there. Stace? So I'm going to show you Mum just quickly. We're going to wrap it up here. In our own time, you know what I mean?
What?
Well,
I'm not talking because you're no video game.
Right, so this is your mother. So your mum's just been at work. She's just been going and caring for the elderlies and
Elderlies.
wiping old people's bums and
Nice.
showering people. So this is for your second video. You've seen the dogs, you've seen me, you've seen yourself, and now you've seen Mummy. Happy second birthday, Princess. We love you lots.